Okay, let's dive right into this explainer, where we're going to uncover the massive, hidden criminal enterprise operating right behind that annoying little spam text on your phone. We've all seen them, right? But today, we're really pulling back the curtain on the sophisticated machinery that turns a simple, everyday security warning into absolutely devastating financial loss.
A transaction has been detected from a new device. We've all felt that immediate stomach drop. This captures the exact, terrifying text message that tons of Santander and NatWest customers received recently, and it's a message precisely designed to trigger absolute panic. It plays right on that primal fear that someone is inside your account draining your funds right this second. The wording is super simple, but as you'll see, the attack model behind it is incredibly complex.
So, here is our roadmap for understanding how these scammers operate. We'll cover the new device trap, the anatomy of the attack, where the money goes, your personal defense toolkit, and finally, fixing the fraud ecosystem.
All right, Section 1, the new device trap. Let's look at exactly why we fall for these fake alerts and how this scam exploits our innate trust in familiar brands. It's really vital to ask ourselves, why does this simple message work so incredibly well? I mean, we're smart people. We know we shouldn't click on strange links, and yet thousands of people do it every single day when they get this specific alert. Why? Well, first, it creates immediate, blinding uncertainty. You think, wait, I didn't authorize a new device, and you panic that waiting even a minute means your money is gone for good. Plus, it looks completely legit. But here is the most devious part, the real kicker. Criminals expertly manipulate caller ID through a tactic known as spoofing. This means their fraudulent link drops literally right into your actual existing text message conversation history with your bank on your phone. Because it's sitting right there below a perfectly legitimate text you got 3 months ago, the threat feels undeniably real. The sheer presence of a recognized brand in your text history is just no longer proof of authenticity.
Moving right along to Section 2, Anatomy of the Attack. From a simple text to total account takeover. The crucial point here is understanding the exact sequence of events the millisecond you engage with that message.
The truly terrifying part is the real-time, lightning-fast speed of the theft. You click the link, and you land on a cloned website that looks exactly, perfectly like your bank. As you frantically type your details, thinking you are canceling some suspicious activity, the fraudster is simultaneously using those exact keystrokes on the other end to break into your real account. And when the real bank sends a one-time passcode to your phone to verify this so-called new login, the fake site helpfully prompts you to enter it. Right. So by handing over that code, you aren't canceling a fraudster's action at all. You are literally authorizing it.
It is absolutely essential to understand this distinction because the whole landscape of financial crime is shifting beneath our feet. In unauthorized fraud, the criminal breaks in and steals the money without you knowing. Think of it as picking a digital lock. But in authorized push payment, or APP fraud, you are psychologically manipulated into instructing the bank to send the money yourself. Basically, fraudsters are rapidly shifting away from trying to defeat complex banking security systems, and instead, they're just manipulating legitimate users into doing all the heavy lifting for them. £1.28 billion. That staggering number represents the total amount stolen in the UK through payment fraud in 2025 alone, according to UK finance data. And while traditional unauthorized losses are actually going down, APP fraud is skyrocketing, taking up $576.4 million of that total. It's a massive, highly lucrative shift in criminal strategy. Now, if the scam doesn't happen entirely online, it often morphs into what we call the telephone pivot. Instead of giving you a link, the text gives you a number to call. The person who answers uses highly procedural language, gives you a very official-sounding fake case reference number, and totally convinces you that your account is currently bleeding dry. Then they tell you to quickly wire your money to a safe account to protect it. Let me be incredibly crystal clear based on our sources. No legitimate bank will ever require a customer to transfer funds to a secret safe account. They literally do not exist.
Which brings us to Section 3, where the money goes, the crucial role of the receiving network. Once the fraudster has your money, or even just your data, we really have to look below the surface to see exactly where those funds are being funneled.
Enter the mule account. The mule account is the vital conversion point of this entire criminal operation. It's the laundry room. As soon as a victim's money hits this account, boom, it is instantly divided up, withdrawn as cash, or converted directly into crypto assets. This incredible speed drastically reduces the chance of your bank ever recalling the payment, and it firmly distances the main organizers from the original victim. So, the receiving institution is just as important as the sending bank in stopping this chain.
Now, what if the payment actually fails? Well, your stolen data is still highly valuable anyway.
Phishing operates as a completely modular criminal service. The fake site logs which victims hold valid accounts and who is willing to engage, allowing criminals to prioritize high-value targets. They actively buy and sell this information on the black market to fuel identity theft and launch future attacks. The final stolen payment is just one single link in a massive interconnected chain.
Okay, Section 4, your personal defense toolkit, how to break the attack chain. Enough doom and gloom for a minute. Let's pivot to exactly how you can build an impenetrable personal control stack to protect yourself from these tactics. Listen, if you only remember one single thing from this entire explainer today, make it this first point right here: independent navigation. If you get a terrifying text alert, close the text. Do not click the link. Do not call the number. Take a breath and open your banking app completely on your own terms. Or type the known website address directly into your browser. Also, read your one-time passcodes in full. Make sure the action described in the text matches exactly what you intended to do. And finally, standard hygiene. Unique passwords and multi-factor authentication are absolutely your best friends here. But if you ever feel like you've already compromised your details, do not wait around for a fraudulent transaction to pop up on your statement. Use these verified channels immediately. Forward any suspicious text to 7726. And if you're over in the UK, you can dial 159 to be routed directly and safely to your participating bank, which completely bypasses the risk of relying on spoofed caller IDs. Lock down your ecosystem the very second you feel suspicious. Finally, Section 5, fixing the fraud ecosystem. Let's talk about why defense requires a whole system response. Consumer education is great, but it isn't enough. Let's see how banks and telecom companies actually must step up to detect and dismantle these operations at a macro scale.
From a bank's perspective, a single new device alert isn't actually enough to flag fraud, because hey, it might just be you buying a shiny new phone. But if a bank connects a new device enrollment, followed immediately by a password reset, the rapid creation of a brand new payee, and a massive high-value transfer, now that is a massive red flag. Institutions absolutely must connect technical, account, and even behavioral data points like unusual hesitation or typing patterns that suggest the victim is being coached over the phone in real time to spot a coordinated attack. And the regulatory landscape is finally forcing this change. On October 7, 2024, mandatory reimbursement protections up to £85,000 for eligible AP victims reintroduced for faster payments and CHAPS in the UK. Great news for the victim, right? But here's the catch. While reimbursement financially restores the victim, the criminal still walks away with the stolen funds. The money still bleeds out of the legitimate economy. This is exactly why the upcoming 2026 Ofcom telecom measures, which expect mobile providers to aggressively collect intelligence and disrupt spoofed calls, are so absolutely critical. We have to stop the threat at the source, long before it ever reaches the bank. The data proves it too. The fraud journey begins long before the bank ever sees a dime move. It relies heavily on malicious online ads, search results, and spoofed telecoms to gain that initial access. And while online origins definitely make up the larger slice of the pie for total cases, telecommunications-originated scams actually account for a disproportionately massive share of the real financial losses. They pack a huge punch. Which brings us to the ultimate challenge. I'll leave you with this provocative thought. A text message is never just a text message. It is a highly engineered entry point into a massive global laundering chain. We know the fragments of the attack are held by totally different industries. The telecom company sees the text, the tech platform sees the fake domain, the bank sees the payment. But until this entire ecosystem shares that data in real time, are we really doing enough to actually stop the fraudsters? Or are we just making it slightly harder for them to exploit the gaps? Think about it. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and stay safe out there.